Start. Sir, the main reason for the rise in prices, according to me, is the deficit financing engaged by the government. Stop. I will only give a few examples of deficit financing and what is happening in this country. Stop. Between 1985 and 1986, there has been a deficit of rupees 4,000 crores as per the latest answer given by the Honorable Minister of State for Planning and Program Implementation recently in the Lok Sabha. Stop. With this kind of a budgetary deficit, naturally the government should be aware that the prices will go up. Stop. But when this point was raised during the budget discussion by me and many honorable members, the then finance minister and the honorable prime minister both said that deficit financing would not in any way affect the rise in prices and they had taken full care of it. Stop. But it is very clear that because of the deficit created by the government and because the government is not able to live within its means, the main reason for the inflation in economy has come about. Stop era. Sir, I may also bring to your notice that the share of revenue expenditure of the government has grown. Stop. Actually, when you take the increase in tax ratio in relation to GDP, it was 9% in 1960-61 and in 1985-86 it was only 15%. Stop. The tax ratio has not increased commensurate to the expenditure, and what happened consequently is that there has been created a deficit and the deficit has to be managed by the government by various methods. Stop. Most probably, the Honorable Minister should have read the latest theory that inflation definitely is caused by deficit and democratic governments always engage in deficit budgeting because they are seeing only what is to be done today. Stop. In a welfare economy, they want to do their best whether they have money or not. They want to do about it, but ultimately they end in deficit. Stop. We see that whether it is the government at the center or the state, because the aspirations of the people are so much, the government wants to do so much. Stop. First of all, it is unlike a householder who has his budget according to his income. Stop. First of all, he finds out what is the income and how much he hold spent from his income. Stop. But how the government proposes and puts up its budget is, first of all, it wants to know how much the people want, what all the wants of the people are, then it aggregates gets the whole thing and then says the budget is not sufficient, it is not able to raise the tax revenue, and then it goes in for borrowings or printing of currency notes. Stop. Ultimately and naturally, inflation comes into being, and then they say that the hoarders and others are increasing the prices and they are responsible for the increase in prices of the essential commodities. Stop. Para. Mr. Vice Chairman, the country is facing an unprecedented broad drought this year. Stop. The state of Assam, West Bengal, and a part of Bihar are under the grip of floods. Stop. So the country is subjected to one form of national calamity. Stop. This is the time for hoarders, black marketeers, and other anti-social elements to play havoc with the society. Stop. Hence, this bill, which seeks to extend the Essential Commodities Act 1981 for 5 years, is timely. Stop. Para. I would like to point out that the intention and sentiments expressed by the minister have no bearing with the reality. Stop. We should make essential commodities available to the people, to the millions of our people, particularly those who are below the poverty line, those who are half fed, and those who are compelled to go without food. Stop. Because our people have little purchasing power, they have no purchasing power at all. With this objective in view, the Food Corporation of India was set up, the State Trading Corporation was set up, and certain commodities were categorized as essential commodities which should be available to our people. Stop. But unfortunately, everyone knows, and it is very agonizing to find that the price increase has continued to gallop during the recent times. Stop. The index for all commodities with base of 100 in 1971 today stands at 402. Stop. If we look at the index for food articles, we find that here too there is a serious inflation. Stop. I need hardly refer to the prices of vegetables and all other necessary articles. Stop. Era. Sir, the government itself increased the prices of kerosene, oil, rice, coal, etc. by imposing additional taxes just to oblige the IMF. Stop. Despite the existence of the Essential Commodities Act, the black marketeers have been successful in looting the public and cheating the government during the last 1 decade. Stop. There has been no attempt on the part of the government to check the price hike or to help the common people. Stop. Actually, they lack the political will to punish the black marketeers and to help the common people. Stop. This has been there. This act has been there for the last 5 years, and the government is seeking extension for another 5 years. Stop. Now, what is the position with regard to the number of raids conducted from the year 1983 onwards? Stop. Sir, you might have seen that the government dismisses the striking workers or the employees because they are striking for their justified demands. So, but how many of the black marketeers and corrupt officials who were found guilty of looting the poor people and cheating the government have been punished? Stop. You do not arrest them because you need help from them in order to come to power at the center. Stop. If you really want to check the price rise, you must act. Stop. If you do not act, then the provision would be a mere eyewash just to hoodwink the people and the press of this country. Stop. Thank you.